welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Surrender. Okay, that will certainly come in with the 12th house. Let's get a fairy tarot now. Life experience. Okay. All right. So let's start with your 10th house. Your 10th house is your house of career. So this covers all aspects of the career, but it's also your fame, your reputation. You may be famous, especially with the Leo coming into your house. So fame, your reputation. It's also your public status. So how, what is your status in the world? How others see you as well. It's also the house of authority and or authoritative institutions. So this can be like a mentor or a guru or a boss or just somebody that you look up to and admire. But it can also be an institution like the government or military or the police or you know, like a university, some sort of authoritative institution. All of those come in with this house. So as I said at the bottom, you've got Leo, I will. So this is about more than likely something is coming up in your 10th house, which is going to bring you into the spotlight in some way. So you may very well be the center of attention, or you may be wanting that. You may be sort of, maybe you've got ambitions and you are working towards that, but it seems to me like you're going to have the light on you in some way. It's like being the center of attention. It's also that lovely, heartwarming, very creative energy which comes in with Leo. So you're kind of going to be quite radiant. You're going to be having, you know, the full energy of the Leo behind you, and that's also, it's also about honor and integrity, and all of those things coming in as well. But it can also be pride. So just be a little bit careful with that. But it certainly is about really stepping up, and you may be, as I said, in the spotlight for something that you're doing in your 10th house, or you may be famous, or you maybe are, some part of your reputation is getting, you know, getting a higher profile than before. So but it's also the energy of the heart. It's a very loving, very sort of uplifting energy. And it's about radiance. It's about spreading that outward to others as well. So you may be really radiating a lot of light right now, or you may be shining light on certain aspects of your life at this time in the 10th house. So but it really is a kind of you know, aspects of integrity and honor may be coming in as well. So you know, you really are going to be in your element, I would say. But it is also about some sort of creative achievement or creative ability that you have. You could also be doing stage work, or you could be involved in something which is like media related or high profile in some way, shape or form. It could also be that you are sort of having like a, you know, people are sort of treating you with great appreciation, or almost like royalty. You know, they're kind of looking at you in that way. So it really depends on what is going on in your life. But it can also be that you are having to change a lot of hats in your life. You're doing lots of different things, and you could be a little bit of a gypsy. You could be sort of moving around, doing multitasking, doing different things. But it's your creative flow, your creative energy, lots of things happening. But it's that sheer enjoyment, and that you know, children may also come in with this. or childlike enthusiasm, that lovely energy that comes in when you go after something that you enjoy. It's that wonderful energy comes in with you. We've also got here Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So as I said, with the honor, the integrity, just watch pride as well, because this is about radiating your light. This is about spreading your light, all your talents, your skills, your ability to lead, to shine brightly so that others look at you and you know, with some sort of awe, as it were, or some kind of example that you are setting. So just be careful that you don't slip into looking down on others or looking at others as somehow inferior to you in some way. You know, that can happen. So just release judgments, but also release judgments about yourself. You may have worked very hard to get where you are, and now the light is being shone on you. So this is about tapping into that lovely, joyful, almost childlike enthusiasm, but it's radiating your light, and that is what it's asking you to do. But also radiate it from yourself, but also recognize it in others, see it in others, and make sure that you are in compassionate mode, so that you are able to spread that love and light that much more, sort of a wider audience around you. Because with this, the 10th house, there's a great deal of influence that comes in with the 10th house. As I said, it's about influence. It's about how others see you. And it could also be an authoritative figure. You may even be eclipsing them as well. But it could be that you are have been given an honor of some sort. All of these aspects may come in, but you, as I said, you may have to lead, or you may have to set some sort of example in this house. So just make sure that you're doing it from a good place. So now we've got 6th house, routine. This is everything to do with your daily routine. So this is your work life, your workplace, your work colleagues, and also mastery of your craft, which is also kind of a Leo thing, very creative energy. So it's mastery of your craft, and this is about really getting to grips with that, and whether that's something that you do on a daily basis. You may not go to a workplace. You could be doing this from your home or from in some other way, but it's also your routines about your health, your diet, your well-being, and also your lifestyle. Okay, so all of that comes in. Also, it's the house of pets, so that may be applicable for you in some way or form here. So all of your routines. This is also the house of service, in your personal service. So you may be really developing that for yourself, for your own creative ideals, but also in the work that you do. You may be, it can manifest as perfectionism, with what it is that you're currently working on. Now we've got here Mercury, mind. So this is a very analytical energy. This is about all aspects of the mind and applying that to whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so Mercury normally rules the 6th house. So this is very strong energy for you. It's almost like a Virgo energy, right? But it's very much about analyzing. You may be working with facts and figures or words. Communication is very important with Mercury. You may be hearing something, so be careful of gossip. Okay, in the workplace in particular, be very careful. As I said, come back to honor, integrity, and so on. You may be hearing something, or you may be giving news out. You may be releasing some information about something, or you may be just communicating about something. But it can also be about receiving news in some way. So this can be something related to your workplace, or to the work that you're doing, or related to your lifestyle, your health, your well-being, and so on. And it's also about learning. It's about understanding things, or understanding things, comprehension, exchanging of ideas, communicating about things. So you could be brainstorming as well in this house. But I do feel it is also about not slipping into over-analyzing things. This is kind of like, you don't want to be nitpicking or pulling things apart, or criticizing or nitpicking about yourself at this time. All right, everything must be in balance. But apply that analytical ability so that you can sort things out. This is a wonderful energy when you need to get down to detail, when you look at detail of certain things. But it's also about summing things up, sort of assimilating information and being able to sort it out into the positive and the negative. Or this is one aspect of it, and this is the other aspect of it, and it's the sorting out the wheat from the chaff, and getting clarification, analyzing things. But you do it from a place that is without judgment. You're just presenting the facts. You are being constructive. You may be asked to give advice in some way, shape, or form in this house. So, but apply all of those things to yourself as well. Do it in a constructive and helpful manner, and that is going to be the very best bringing through of knowledge into the situation. We've got here Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Okay, so this is what I said. Be very careful about gossip and scandals and things like that, or news which is coming in, which may be very, may catch you by surprise. All right, so come back into this. Okay, and also apply it, I said, firstly to yourself. So with this sifting and sorting and analyzing and learning and constructive constructing an idea of what is going to be constructive for everybody and what is not going to be, what will work, what won't, and so what won't. So, and apply that to yourself as well. So this is about whatever you're doing in the 6th house, whether it's your work. Don't be overly perfectionist. Make sure that you are doing what you need to do. But don't slip into over-analyzing things or getting too much in your head, Also come back to your heart, which is the Leo energy. The heart rules Leo, or Leo rules the heart, rather. So it's the heart energy, this lovely heart-warming, loving energy. This is the way you need to be. And this is echoed by Mary Magdalene. Okay, so let go of the judgment, which is here as well. Release judgments. Let go of that, of yourself and of others, and just come back to compassion and unconditional love. Unconditional love, as I said, spreading your love and light around. This is also about giving love unconditionally. In other words, you give love out and you don't expect a return. Okay, you don't expect some kind of reward or some kind of return to come from that. It's just given because it needs to be given in the moment. So whether this is for yourself, if you are changing something in perhaps your lifestyle, your diet, your health, something is coming up for you. And it could also be a few nervous system issues coming up with this. You may be working, and just run yourself down a little bit. So make sure that you are loving yourself fully and completely, and then you've got a full cup and you can give to others. We've also got here 12th house. So this is where the surrender does come in as well. Okay, so there's some aspect of this coming in for you. And the 12th house can be very much about that. It can also, it's got a myriad of possibilities going for it. So now it can also, it's the house of the unconscious. So that rules most of your life. It rules most of the running of your life. So it's the what's going on behind the scenes of you. Okay, so this is your unconscious programming, your complexities, your behaviors, the things that drive you, what is going on behind the scenes. It can also be your dream life or your dreams. And it can also be things that you've hidden or things that you've suppressed in some way. Or things that are just not serving you, actually. Aspects of that may be surfacing, they may be coming up. It can also be fears and worries and concerns, or sort of any kind of self-defeating behavior, which you may have learned from somebody else. Could it be a parent or something like that? So just be careful of all of those. But the glorious side of the 12th house is connecting to the unconscious, which is your unconscious. And this is also connecting to the divine, your higher self. And it could be that you are getting a lot of intel through your dreams. You could be downloading a lot of information. You could be traveling a lot in your dreams. You may need to keep a dream diary. But it can also be about, just channeling information for yourself. And this can be done through various, it can be in your dream state, but it can also be through meditation, your spiritual life, reflection, just spending time in quiet and peace, and coming to terms and figuring things out for yourself. It is very much about your spiritual life, your mysticism. Healing also comes into this. You could be receiving healing in some way, shape, or form, or you may be deciding to release something from your unconscious because it needs healing at this time. It can also be, in some cases, dealing with some kind of addiction. Sometimes that comes up with the 12th house, and the releasing of that, or the resolution of that. So that can be any kind of addiction. It can be addiction to drama. It can be addiction to media. It can be addiction to self-defeating behaviors. It can be addiction to other people, or codependency, or whatever it is. It can also be substances, you know. So that may apply in some cases. The 12th house also deals with karmic situations, karmic lessons, and sometimes karmic people in your life. Now, that can be, this is normally people that you have a powerful bond with, or you have a powerful contract with, and they're in your life for you to work on various things at this time, during the course of your life. So it's karmic issues and karmic lessons attached to that, which you've decided to work on in this lifetime. It can also be about service to others. So you may be in a service profession. You may be in a profession where you help others. A lot of helping professions people have 12th house aspects. So this could be counseling, it can be the medical, or it can be caring. You know, there's all these different aspects that can come in with this. Finally, it can also be about your experiences within an institution. So now, powerful institutions did come up with this. So this can be about, for instance, some sort of government institution, or it could be a hospital if you're in the caring profession. It can also be a library or an institution, like a learning institution, like a university. So it's what you experience while you're there. You may not be working there, but you may have to visit one of those institutions for a purpose or a reason. It's what you learn while you're there. So now what we've got here is void of course moon missing. So this is saying that at this time, in this house, there is something that is just going to be in pause at the moment. It's kind of, things can be delayed, but it can also be things are on pause. And this is because there's rest and recovery required. Also sort of a step back. So continue with normal routines, normal things that are carrying on at this time. Just continue for now. Don't launch or initiate big actions or some kind of big undertaking. It's not the time for that. This may last only about a week, or it could be slightly longer, but it's kind of a pause period. And what it does is it gives you time. It's like a shadow period when the moon is passing between one sign and another. It goes very quiet and there's nothing happening. It says things are not what they seem. That is what it's saying. Things are not what they seem. So just continue as you are for now, until the energy shifts, and then you can carry on. And it just saying, don't initiate big things. Don't put a lot of energy into something that you really want to manifest at this time, because you will either get no result or the wrong result. It's just not, the timing's not right. It's a pause period. It's a time for reflection. It's a time for planning and dreaming, which is what comes into the 12th house. But it's also about, sort of thinking about things, planning what you're going to do at some point when the energy shifts again. So that is all about the void of course moon. Then here we've got Una, easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So as I said, there's some shift going on here, but you've just got to wait, be patient while things are getting ready. So as I said, there's things going on that you're not aware of at this time. These things are not what they seem. Okay, there's things going on under the surface which you're not aware of. You haven't got everything together yet. So it could just be perception, understanding things, and so on. So you've got to just wait for that to occur. But don't force things. Don't hurry. Don't feel pressured for your life purpose. Or something, this is about your pet projects, or it could be a relationship, or something that is very, very important to you at this time. It's something that you're working on. It's saying, do not stress about your life purpose or your goals right now while this energy is in play. This is about just going with what needs to be done. It's about nurturing of self and of your pet causes, or your whatever it is that's important to you, a relationship and so on. It's about nurturing that as through each phase of the development, and just to let the perfect timing take its course. Okay. And just surrender to the process. That is what it's saying here. Now we've got here Isis. So Isis can be about past life, which can very well come in for the 12th house as well. Okay, karmic things coming up. So this is karma that has been gathered in a previous lifetime or previous lifetimes, and it could be attached to a specific person. 12th house can be about twin flames, if it's something that you're interested in, but it can also be specific people. Now this doesn't have to be a love partner. This can be anybody. It can be a parent or somebody else in your life that you have come into this lifetime to work on. There's something that you're working on with them. So Isis, past life, the situation involves past life memories. So this could very well be surfacing now. As I said, the 12th house, things rise up. Could be in dream state, or it could be somebody that's activating it for you at this time. And it's saying these are ancient fears or concerns that you've brought into this lifetime from a previous lifetime. Something that occurred previously which kind of caused quite a disturbance for you, or it was something that really was hard for you, and now it's coming in again, but it's not real. It's just a reflection of something that you've brought in with you to clear, and so you may be, this person may help you to clear that, or you may have to work with them to clear that, or you may have to do it yourself. But it's letting those emotions rise up in you. So this is like fears and concerns and worries. It's that niggling sensation. You just can't place it. Or it could be just a deep feeling, putting on the brakes. You don't want to take a step forward for whatever reason. So just remember, 12th house is about self-undoing. It's about like doubt, self-doubt, or it can be self-defeating behaviors. So this could be something that, an experience that you had in a past life, which is now coming in again, and you must not allow that fear or that concern to hold you back. Don't allow it to defeat you, to block you from moving forward. Let go of those fears and worries. It's just a reflection. This is about moving forward. You simply must move forward with what is being presented to you, and work through those fears. Let them go. Don't allow them to hold you back at this time. So we've got here Grand Trine blessings coming in. It's a beautiful card. It's a very harmonious card. It's also a card of completion. So I do feel you could be completing a karmic contract with somebody. Now, as I said, it can be in any kind of realm. It could be anybody in your life. Somebody you have a deep bond with, that you've worked on something, and I feel that you are getting to grips with it, or you are working steadily through it. But there is completion on the other side of this, if that resonates with you. But it can also be about completion of a project that you may have been working on. It could be work related, career related, and this is why you have the Leo I will. So you could be now stepping into the limelight, that this work that you have been involved with, or this project or whatever it is, and 6th house is very project related. Something is coming in to do with that, and you could very well be stepping into your power now, because that you've reached some sort of completion. Okay, so just apply it as it resonates. You've got 10th house and 6th house. Both of them are work related or project related, so that could be coming in. It could also be that you're just feeling a general feeling of harmony and flow, because this is a very harmonious trine. It's very powerful. It can also be about the rising up of talents and abilities. Again, I come back to the Leo I will, because that could be coming up in you now. That's been activated in some way, and it could be something that has been in you, the 12th house, unconscious things. It's something that's been in you for probably lifetimes, and now it's starting to manifest for you. Some talent or ability or skill, or just an affinity. And this is about harnessing that. So yes, this is coming in for you. It's about harmony. It's about flow. Lots of blocks that may have been in your way up until this point will simply be removed, or they just will dissolve. Okay. So it's about going with the flow. It's about moving with that lovely pace of harmony. It's about following something, or moving into completion of something, or just feeling blessed in some way. Some sort of blessing is coming in for you. Now, bear in mind that this blessing could also be the release of something or the realization of something, a perception shift. It could be something unconscious or something that is now going to be revealed to you in some way, shape, or form. Okay, and this brings in a blessing. There's many ways that blessings can manifest. But what's important with this is not to become complacent. Okay, so with this washing over of this lovely, harmonious, flowing energy, you still have to steer your ship. You still have to anchor this blessing down. You can't just let it carry you away and not actually, anchor that blessing down, or that feeling down, or that opportunity down, or that skill. You've got to steer your ship. You've got to actually anchor it down, and steer the whole journey. Keep your hand on the wheel, but enjoy what is coming to you, and follow the bliss. Follow this energy as it takes you where you need to go. And this involves a bit of a surrender as well. Okay, so now the Fairy Tarot life experience. This is a Tower card. Okay, but that's nothing to be afraid of. What it could be is that something is shifting in your life. All right, something that you've had a vision of something in your life. It could even be government related, or it could be something big in your life, some structure that's been very big in your life, something that you have looked at with admiration, could be undergoing a bit of a shift and a change around. Okay, so let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. Okay, so as I said, with the Grand Trine, these are the opportunities that are coming in for you. But there's some event, something that's going to occur, and it could be purely personal, all right? Because this is 12th house. You've got very powerful houses here. 12th house is the opposite of the 6th house. This is service to your own environment, to yourself, and this is service to others. Okay, so something is coming in, and you're going to get a complete perspective shift. But it may be very well belief system related as well. Which can very much be your spiritual life, or something that is coming in for you. You're either finding something or you're discovering something, but there has to be some kind of breakdown first in order for that to be released. Okay, it could also be twin flame related if that is what you're involved in, or what you feel you are working with. Bear in mind that twin flames are very rare, so but it could be that energy, that feeling of connecting with somebody and doing work together and so on. Or it could be another soulmate, somebody coming in to work with you on things, but there's something has to fall away in order to make room for the new thing. And this is why there's a letting go. Okay, and you can see they're leaving. There's a couple, they're actually leaving the situation, but it's also transformation. There's some sort of transformation going on here, but a life-changing event, or something opening up, something is falling away to create a new opportunity for you. Which can be very much a 12th house thing, but it's going to rise up in your consciousness. It's going to sort of dawn on you, if I could put it that way. Then we've got the bottom of the Fairy Tarot, Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous, and this is very much the Mercury energy coming in for you. Okay, the messenger of the gods. Okay, all of these aspects come in with Mercury. So happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. Okay, so with this Grand Trine here, as I said, you've got to keep your hand on the wheel. You've got to steer your ship. So this is, you need a push to actually harness this energy. Otherwise, it will just flow over you, and you won't actually be able to anchor it down. Okay, so enjoy the blessings, enjoy the opportunities, but you must follow up on them, and you must anchor them down. And happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships. So something to do with the 10th house coming in, but also it could be 6th house related, and well thought out plans that go perfectly. And this is why you have the void of course moon here. This is about planning and waiting for your timing, waiting for the timing to shift before you go ahead with something. And it could be, as I said, something that's rising up. You may just have to wait a bit until something changes so that you can take full advantage, or an opportunity comes to you, or it could even be a realization. Something is going to occur to you. You're going to receive news or knowledge in some way. just be careful with the Mercury energy. It can be a bit of a trickster energy. As I said, be careful of gossip or scandals. It can be a bit tricksy, but it can also be as coming across as too glib or too chatty or too insincere, you know. So just be careful with this energy as well. All right, Leo, hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time. Take care.